I am James Ransone. I'm an actor. I started surfing a little bit when I was a kid in Maryland, but on like really bad beach break, and it would be like, you know, a couple of days out of a random week, like once a summer. And then I didn't actually start surfing until my mid-20s. Like I never actually, you know, stood up and went down the line until I was about 25. I was in my late 20s, like early 30s when I started really consistently surfing. And a lot of that was actually done in New York City. We would get on the A train and go out to Rockaway or sometimes Long Beach. And again, you know, that was only when there was a swell and when it was working sort of like in the summer. I always loved being in the ocean, and I always loved surfing. And the older I got, it's like became less of a sport to me and more of like a meditation practice, because I realized that there's a lot of things about my job that I'm just not zero control over. Whether you like me, whether the thing I'm in is good, whether people like that, and then they'll talk a crazy amount of smack about it on the internet. But what I started to come to grips with in my 30s was that I loved surfing so much because the only thing that prevented me from getting better, from getting anywhere in terms of my surfing was me. That I was the biggest obstacle that I needed to overcome. There's only a few variables in surfing that I can fix and make myself better, and there's so many more in my job or my life. So that's why surfing became really important to me, is because I knew that I wanted to surf in bigger waves, and I knew that I wanted to challenge myself a lot more because it can get really scary out there. And once you overcome those sort of like immediate sort of physical fears, so the sort of like risk-reward ratio is really high, and it's different than like in my occupation or in my day-to-day life. And so it became like a really important sort of like meditation practice for me, because I am what stands in the way of me being better.